I was missing to talk to you. So here we are. And well, this live broadcast is uh, not programmed just to show my face. I'm sorry for you. And I hope I can get some comments and some hellos. The intention is just to say hello. Perhaps during this conversation, we will give some insights of what is happening, whatever I know about the actual art market, what is happening in it, and what is happening in the gallery, the new artists, and the new events, and the old events too are very interesting to know. And so, what's up? The main thing is that we are looking for new artists. This is very important now. During the pandemic, some of the artists just left, and it was an opportunity to renew, to refresh, and sometimes some artists, it is natural to go somehow to a different proposition and to spend some time in a different situation, and later I hope they will come back again. But during the pandemic, we had a reduction, a substantial reduction on the number of participants. And this is clearly a difficulty for the gallery, because with a low number of artists, we have a kind of, we lose a little bit our strength to go to art fairs, to make events, to create something, to do something. So sometimes I say that I want a very high number of artists in our gallery, and this is true. If I could have 200 artists in the gallery now, this gallery would be much known than what it is now. And it is already very well known worldwide. And but today we have less than 30 artists. Imagine if we would have 200. Yeah. I always like to mention this concept, which is the same concept as the church, especially the Catholic Church. The main power they have is not the treasures, the jewels, the properties. Yeah, the main power they have are the followers. They have 2 billion followers. Do you imagine what is that? More than 2 billion followers. So it makes them the most powerful nation, let's say, the most powerful organism in the planet. And the concept is this: when you have more power, when you have more followers, more supporters, more people around you, you have more capacity to do whatever you want to do. Yeah. And what I want to do is to show art. I think art is the main, one of the best tools we may have to improve the human condition. Very noble, but it's true. When you can enrich your life with something, enlighten your life with something, your life is going to be better. You are going to be a better person. And this will contaminate the next guy near to you, the next person near to you. So art is something that gives you something you don't expect. Sometimes you are caught by something with an artwork that you will carry for many, many years. It will change your life, it will change your way of thinking, it will open new doors, new windows for you to do things better in your life, in everybody around you lives. And so life is art, and I want to show art. Today I feel very, very constrained because not only because this terrible I promised myself I would not talk about that, but let's go. And this terrible crisis all over, how the world is feeling that, but it is time to do something. Yeah, we have this crisis, and we also are experiencing a very low number of supporters in our gallery now. As I said, we have today less than 30 artists. This is wonderful because they are less than 30 wonderful artists. If you check our website, you will see, I'm not kidding, this is very, very good art we have in our gallery. Yeah, all the artists are wonderful, they are magnificent, and I'm not complaining about that. But imagine if we had 200 of them. Yeah, I could take all of them everywhere. Yeah, so if I have a small gallery, I can only operate in a small proportion, yeah, in a small area. So that's my concept. We need more artists, and I would love everybody to give it a shot. Try it. Spend 1 year with us. One important thing about Parcus Gallery, our gallery, is that when this gallery was planned, the thing was, I realized that just in the city I was going to open our gallery, Berlin, in Germany, there was more than 800 other galleries, and I will be in a city with 800 competitors. Well, so I said, no way, I cannot see them as competitors, but Berlin is a big platform and for art, and if there are 800 other galleries there, that's wonderful. It's a very powerful platform. Let's go there, no problem. And so instead of being afraid of competition, no, I took over the platform, and the thing was to stand up on this platform and get to be noticed. So I spent some time with myself before opening the gallery, studying the possibilities, how to do it in the best way. Yeah, and so I made this project of this gallery, and I tried to do it differently. Okay, and in fact it worked very well because people see that our gallery is not as most of the galleries around. Of course, there are many galleries like mine, like ours. I never like to say mine, it's our gallery, okay? Sorry. And I tried to do this gallery to be a little bit different, and the first thing I realized is that the gallery must have a close relation to the artists. Okay, it's not okay to have one exhibition. Oh, you are an artist, bring your paintings, let's make an exhibition, and then we make a vernissage, and then the next weekend we close the exhibition, and goodbye to that artist. It doesn't work. Okay, so my concept is to have a long relation with the artists, to be at least 1 year. 1 year is minimum to start. Okay, The art is such a delicate product, delicate field, and we need time to develop the relation with the persons who are the artists. We need time to see what are we capable to improve in both sides. From the gallery side, how to present the art of that artist in the best way possible. Yeah, perhaps it's not hanging on the wall, but put it on a stand. I don't know. We have to learn, and it's not in just a weekend that we will do the best for that artist. Yeah. So wrapping it up. The idea is to have a long relationship with our artists. So what Parcus Gallery offers is to start 1 year contract. Okay. The first one important thing, when of course, from the side of the artist will analyze the gallery to see if it is okay or not. But the gallery also analyzes the artist if it is interesting for the gallery or not. Okay, and having a new artist in our gallery, it's not based only on the art this artist produces. Okay. It may be a wonderful artwork. The final work hanging on the wall is beautiful, but the artist himself or herself is not the right person. You know, we need to. It's like a package. You know, it's the person, the attitude, the friendship, the everything, and the art. Of course, it's a huge portion of the criteria to choose an artist. So it's a package, okay? And then we do analyze, we check what is the art that person produces, what is the soul of the person that will be with you. It's like a marriage, you know. You need to check who is going to be with you for the next 12 months minimum, or forever. Yeah, even if after the artist leaves the gallery, the artist stays with us like history, you know. So he's part of the history of the gallery. So it's very important to make a good choice. Perhaps I have done some bad choice in the past, but this is our process of learning. Yeah, and learning for me is every day. I'm not ashamed to say about my mistakes, but it's learning. Come on. So that's it. To start the conversation of being part of this gallery, please bear in mind that you are joining a gallery that is proposing you to stay for a long period and to try to develop the best tools to promote your art, to promote your career, your name in the market, whatever. Yeah, and another concept, there is a word for that, I forgot. Directive. Concept is that another concept is that it's not worth to keep trying to sell art like a supermarket. Okay. Some galleries they only care for selling, and some artists also does this. Some artists also do it, and I don't believe it is the best option. Okay, it may put the dinner in your table at the night, but on the long run, it doesn't give you the real intention that you have for your life as an artist. The same for me as a gallerist, okay? Selling like a supermarket doesn't bring results that are really, how to say, touchable, consistent, okay? So we try to focus mostly on the quality of the art, the development of the presentations, and the consistency of whatever we do. And I generally say that the idea is to promote the artist, to promote the art that artist does, and that's true. To leverage the career of the artist, that's the main function of every gallery. No? It's not an academy, but if you want to be a respectful gallery, you need to do something else for the career of your artists. So that's what we do. We try to do, at least. Yeah. As I said, I am feeling very constrained because of these limitations of the crisis, the low number of artists, and everything has been very difficult since the pandemic. Even before a little bit the pandemic, it was a little bit quite difficult. And so one interesting thing that is happening these days now is that September, we are in September 2022, and now we are completing 5 years. Happy birthday to the gallery. 5 years of existence. In September 2017, I was able to open our gallery for the first time in a very nice neighborhood of Berlin. In fact, the best neighborhood, commercial neighborhood in Berlin, known as Charlottenburg, and just 20-30 meters from the main avenue, so in a wonderful place with a fountain right in front of the gallery, and excellent restaurants, all the big shops like Armani, Rolex, Chanel, etc. All the big shops in a range of 200-150 meters. We had all this top business shopping area around our gallery. I was very lucky to be able to have our gallery there, and I opened that gallery. It's not it's really true, with no money. Okay, the idea of that gallery, the project, was so strong, so consistent, that I was able to do it. And although the Germans, they are very systematic, and they do things very traditional way. And I was coming from Brazil. I am Brazilian. I was born in Brazil and raised in Brazil. I speak Portuguese also, and but I am also German. I have my German passport and everything. I'm a German citizen. And so I went to Berlin. I opened my gallery with no money, and people didn't believe in it. But to give you an idea, before I opened this gallery, I already had 2 contracts with 2 artists that sent me then artworks, even from other continents, to the gallery, being that there was no gallery. The gallery was not yet opened, and I had to start, and they knew that it was very clear. So we have a project, we will open a gallery here in Berlin, and they gave me that support, and they sent me the artworks, and I had to store those artworks in my bedroom, in my apartment, for a little time until I had the place to open the gallery. So the project is very strong. Is since the beginning, it is a very good idea. It works well. Now it is 5 years, and I have a lot of good ideas that I would love to put in practice. And I also, during all this time, I gained some little experience. And one of the interesting experience I am working with these days now is about the pop-up gallery. Pop-up gallery is a modality of an option of exhibition that you rent a place in any city, in any part of the world, and you make this exhibition for whatever time you project it, like 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, whatever. And I think 1 month is the best. This is new for me. I will not say anything, but I like 1 month exhibition. So, for example, I find a place in Rome or Paris and I rent it, and I make this exhibition there, inviting the local people, making some noise and making publicity and getting some networking with the local people I know, trying to bring people to the exhibition. And I realized last month, or in June, August, I made the first pop-up gallery, experimental, and it was in a small city near to the castle where we are now, just 15 kilometers from here. So let's try in an easy place, and I took this decision to make this pop-up gallery there. And so, as usual, no funds for that. And I started to think how to make this pop-up gallery in this small city that nobody knows about. The city, even the name of the city is difficult. It's Grieskirchen, okay? Welcome to my world. The next town, the most important town near to the castle, is named Grieskirchen. And nobody knows about it. It has 12,000 inhabitants. 12,000, okay? It's very small city. Okay, but I chose, it's an experimental thing. I have nothing to lose. Let's try to do. And the question about money is I need a place. I need to rent a place. And I was very lucky because I decided to send email to a local company in Grieskirchen and telling them, oh, I am planning to make an exhibition as a pop-up gallery in your town, and I would like to know if you be willing to sponsor this exhibition. And okay, Next morning, I saw a losing call in my phone, and I called them, and I am returning your call. Oh, this is the company tal et tal, and we are ready to sponsor your event. How much money do you want? Oh God, this was so nice to hear. And so I told them, how much money do I want? I told them, I don't know how much money I need. What I need is, first of all, is a space. They said, we have a space. So, to make it short, I went there. They had a beautiful shop, completely almost ready to use. I had to clean everything and remove some old stuff that was there. And you can see, if you go to our website, which is www.parcusgallery.com, You will see on the top there is a link to art fairs and events. And if you go there, you will see the list of the past fairs and the list of the future fairs we are booked to. And if you go to the past fairs, every line is a link to the image of each of the events. Okay? So if you click on this Grieskirchen pop-up gallery, you will see how nice it came. So they gave me the space, they paid for all the how to say, the posters and flyers and publicity things and more. It happens that this sponsor is more than 200 years old beer factory, brewery. Sorry, my accent. And they also gave the beer for all the visitors during the 1 month presentation. And it was so nice. And I sold, I had positive results. And I want to tell you one thing. That shop that was there for just 30 days, it had better success, better number of spontaneous visitors, like people passing by and entering and visiting and asking, taking our flyers and even buying. It had better results than our shop in the fancy neighborhood in Berlin. Okay, we were there for almost 3 years. And in the best neighborhood, a very expensive place. And there in Berlin, I used to spend 1 week without nobody to open the door and come in. Okay, in this little town with 12 million people, 12,000 inhabitants, I had better results in my gallery than in Berlin with 4 million people. And the history of being an artist, an artistical place, okay, a place where people like art. So, what do you conclude about that? It's an illusion to be in the center of Berlin, spending huge rivers of money to rent a nice place and paying everything, and the sales was terrible in Berlin. You know? And so I decided that pop-up galleries are the best option I can have. Okay, and I don't care much being in big cities. I just look for nice cities where people seems to be easy, you know. I will not go to a place where people only work and go home and to work. No, it must be something like Carmel in California. That's an interesting place. Yeah, hello people from California. And so that's something that I am dealing with these days, something new that, and there is something else about this pop-up gallery is related to the art fairs. I must tell you, I always used art fairs as the basic platform for merchandising the gallery, you know, to get new buyers, to improve our network. But if you count on the numbers, perhaps it's much better that we have a pop-up gallery that probably will cost less for longer periods and wider spaces than to present in a art fair, you know. For example, if you pay in an art fair let's say it's a imaginary number, okay? Let's say 10,000 euros to exhibit in a 40 square meters booth during 3 days or 4 days, okay? And together with you, there will be another 1 or 200 other booths just like yours. So people who passes in front of your booth, sometimes they are looking to the other side and they pass and they don't look to you. So you have the chance of losing that person. No, there are a bunch of items that can make me choose better if I go pop-up gallery, okay? And this is something that I decided to dedicate a little bit, as again I feel very constrained these days, because I would love to start doing it right away. I was just negotiating with another gallery in Berlin again, because I know people in Berlin. So I was planning to make a smaller pop-up gallery there, especially now that this, I think today or tomorrow starts the Berlin Art Week. And I would like to be there and to make a pop-up gallery during the Berlin Art Week this year. But time is not easy, and I have to take very careful decisions, and at the end we decided that we will not do this now. Perhaps we are going to do something in November, and there in this pop-up place. And also, I'm not cutting completely the art fairs, okay? My idea is to make the choices as they appear in front of me. For example, now in November we have 2 wonderful art fairs to attend as exhibitors. One is on the beginning of November. It is in Barcelona, and we are repeating our presence there, because last year in December 2021 we were there for the first time. We met wonderful people, we had very good time, we sold art, it was really positive, and it left on me the great desire of being there again. So the relation with the people from the organization of the fair is the best. Really, these people is wonderful. Thanks to Mr. Natal. Natal is a wonderful person, and there is a directress of this fair which is named Laia, and her sister, her twin sister. And these people really gave such assistance. Almost everything I asked, they provided me instantly. It was so efficient and so easy to deal with. The best fair in terms of organization and assistance to the exhibitor. It's named BCN, FIA BCN, FIA, Fiera Internacional de Arte, in español. BCN for Barcelona, okay? And it's going to be in the beginning of November. We have a very good friend there who is our artist in our gallery, the great artist Manuel Sanchez Almendros, and he will be giving us a very important assistance there. And the other fair is going to be for the first time. It's going to be in Hamburg 1 week after the fair in Barcelona. one weekend after the presentation in Barcelona, I will be in Hamburg with this fair for the first time. And I tried to attend to this Hamburg fair in the past, but I think my gallery was too young and they never approved my application before. So this is going to be our first time. And well, let me make a parenthesis here. This refusal of application, this is the most traumatic thing I can ever experience in my life. This is terrible, my friends. You make the project, the presentation, you make the sketch, you make everything beautiful, you choose the artist, you make the sketch with the very well chosen position of everything, and everything is related to everything. So, and you send beautiful text about all the blah 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 necessary, and after sometimes more than 2 months waiting for the confirmation, they send us a damn email saying, "Oh, unhappily, there are more applications than available space, and your gallery was not chosen." So this is so frustrating, my friends. This is so frustrating. I would love to be in some nice art fairs for Art Basel. Art Basel was always my dream to be at. But whatever I do, I spent rivers of money on applications. They are expensive. You have to pay for the application. And if they refuse it, you don't get the money back. It's bye-bye, auf Wiedersehen. Okay? It's total loss. And they don't explain to you why they refuse it. What are the criteria you failed? You know, you just keep on the limbo, okay, on the floating. You don't get anything. You just lost your money and bye, goodbye. And so this is so frustrating. And going to pop-up galleries, this is much more waste effort, you know. I can make a beautiful presentation in a pop-up event because there will be no formats I need to obey as I need to obey when I go to an art fair. Okay, if I make an application to an art fair, and I have to be there with the artist that was listed on my application. I cannot change that. And if I change it during the fair, there will be some guy from the organization that will come to me and he will tell me, you need to move it. It's not allowed. It's not on the list. It's not approved. So, how can I avoid trying to do better? Okay, and better is doing it myself in a pop-up event by myself. I rent a place wherever I like, with the looking I like, and with the light I like, and I put the artists I like there, and furniture, decoration, and foods, and drinks, and coffee, and whatever I want to give, which is not allowed during an art fair. Okay, you cannot serve drinks. Some fairs do not allow it. Most of the fairs don't allow. And so in a pop-up event, I can do the presentations in my format, however I like. And again, if you go to my events calendar in our website, and you see my past events, you click, each line is a different event in a different city, and you will see that the booths we have, the presentation was beautiful. Many of them, people used to come to me and say, your booth is the most beautiful in the whole fair, interesting in the whole fair way to communicate with you. Okay, I don't like very much the something is telling me here that I am not with the signal. I don't know. And I don't like very much Instagram. I feel that Instagram is very limited. If I want to send a larger message written, it doesn't accept because there is a limit. If somebody writes me, I don't get noticed because there is no notification. So please avoid using Instagram. Use Messenger. Okay. In the last case scenario, you can use the email, which is info@parcusgallery.com. Okay, and I will be around anytime you want to contact me. I am always online. That's my life. That's my only life. The gallery is my life. I really dedicate 110% of myself to the gallery. And thank you for watching me. If you have any questions, send me a message on Messenger or email, and I will be pleased to answer you. And so I would love to continue talking to you, but I don't know if it is really working. It seems to be all right now. And okay, if you don't have any questions, if everything is okay, I think that's it for now. I hope you well. I wish you well, and again, send me a message. Let's try to make a contract for you. You will be welcome to join Parcus Gallery. We need you here, okay? All the best. Bye.